Hello and welcome everyone to Coffee Talk. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about getting over the hurdle, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Frank DeStefano, also known as my dad. Hello, Dad. Say hello.
Hi, everybody. I didn't know I was a co-host since it's under my first name, and I'm first on the thing. It's Frank and Arthur. But hi, how are you, son?
I'm doing good. We were doing alphabetical.
Ah,
So, last time we talked about the first step. We talked about, because we recorded on the day we became Christians 5 years ago of that date. But now we're talking about getting over the hurdle, and you mentioned something in our conversation about dealing with insomnia. And this is something new that has been happening to you. And I'm sure a lot of people, not just you, but also suffer from this form of
sleep disorder.
Sleep disorder, because I didn't want to say illness, because I don't know if you could call it an illness, but
It can be.
but I think sleep disorder is a better word. But tell us, Dad, how did this all happen for you?
Well, I was doing great one night, and the next morning I started realizing I wasn't sleeping like I should be.
Mm-hmm.
I was tossing and turning, and I was trying to get positioned in the bed, and it was really getting worse. And I went to my doctor, and they tried to give me some medicines, but a lot of it wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to be my own doctor, actually, and I had to come up with some things. And it's a scary thing, because when you're up like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're starting to see the sunrise, and you know you're not sleeping, and you're afraid you're going to stay up all day, and it's going to be a bad issue. But there is hope for you out there. Like I said, you have to seek some kind of help. It don't have to be medication, but there is therapy for it. And I didn't go through all that. I just had to be my own doctor. But it don't have to just be insomnia. It could be a drug. You have to do your first steps. Like, if you don't do the first steps, you're not going to get better. You have to do it yourself. You have to say, I am ready to go to that step. If nobody could tell you what to do, but your mind has to tell you, this is how it's going to be, or you're going to get into a position you can't get out of.
I think this goes along with what we said in the previous podcast. We were talking about you had to reach rock bottom, like what you and I had to do. But this also goes like what you're talking about with addictions and things, which is another episode we will get more into. But with the insomnia, I've seen people online that have severe issues with insomnia, where they are sleepwalking and they're talking in their sleep. I mean, these people are literally I guess asleep. I'm not a doctor or anything, but this woman, she records herself of what she does.
Yeah,
And
they'll cook, they'll go driving in a car.
And that's what this lady does. She goes out at night and you say weird stuff,
and you don't remember.
And you don't remember. But her husband stays up just to
They're
watch out for
having
her.
relationships, and they don't remember.
It's crazy.
So,
but now you have not done that I noticed. I have not seen you sleepwalk, but I've seen where you've been so frustrated that you cannot sleep, and it's just become an issue for you. And well, you used to be a night person. For the majority of your life, you were a night person, because he was always up in the club, getting your groove on, I guess.
it's a scary thing.
Yeah, and then you're trying to
reverse after 22 years.
It's not that easy.
And then you're trying to say, oh, now I have to sleep at night, and I don't have to stay up at night. And it's a really hard turnaround. But I was doing it for a really long time. I don't know what happened. That made me start getting insomnia. And I wasn't getting into a depression. It's just something that happens when you get older. People go into that.
I think it also was when you were having issues with your heart and your throat, because the dad's had it pretty rough, where you fainted. You've had fainting spells.
3 times.
And when he hits the floor, and he hits it hard, like, I mean, in our hospital we have here, they never check for anything. We have a terrible hospital, and I have no problem saying that because they are a terrible hospital. But I asked them, check him for concussions. No, he's fine. Concussions are very
Yeah,
important.
they didn't keep me overnight
No.
for observation. Nothing.
So it's good to, if you're dealing with some sort of issue medically, go to a good hospital. Get a good doctor.
Well, yeah, I have I don't know what to say about her,
Adequate.
but she's taking it very
That's putting it nicely.
lightheartedly about somebody else's health, and I don't think that should be a doctor that needs to be
No.
with anything. She's looking at it like, oh, I don't have it, so I don't know what to tell you.
Right, it's not that
It's
important.
your problem. Or if you have a heart condition or strokes that people have, doctors need to be closer to you and check on you
It's just
more.
more scarier for you because you are not a doctor.
Right.
And you are the patient, and you're wondering, what can I do to,
I mean,
get better?
I just typed her a thing saying, well, I found 3 medicines that may help. And she told me, don't message me. I'm not going to prescribe you anything over message. I have to see you. What kind of doctor even, well, why didn't she see me that day and said, come on in, we'll discuss it? Not saying a month later, oh, come on in. I mean,
That's true.
it's sad. And if you don't have people that back you up, it's really rough. And I think I have a family that is strong and backs me up. But I feel sorry for them because they don't really understand the whole condition of insomnia.
That's true, because they're not with you, 24/7 or at nighttime where it's the worst. Nighttime is the worst. And a lot of doctors don't understand or don't care. And that's really sad, because there are people out there. I have a friend at work, his grandmother was having pneumonia, and it's like really bad, fatal almost. And her doctor says, well, I'll see you in 90 days to see if you're okay. I mean, what type of help is that?
I mean, it's a scary thing when you're facing this, like you're taking that hurdle, but it's hard. I mean, I cry at night because they could sleep, and I'm not making fun of them or anything, but I used to do that.
Right.
And then your life turns, and you're watching other people. You're normal. You feel like you're not normal no more. It's like, what can I do? And I don't want to take the pills, but if it helps you sleep, at least I'm getting 3 hours or 4 hours in. Because without it, it goes after your heart, or it goes after serious more problems.
Now, with talking about pills, the ones that you take, are they the narcotic ones, or are they ones that are non-habit forming?
I will not take a narcotic, but the ones that I just found out, it was called
Hold on. Spoiler alert. This is like one of the best things you can have, just so you all know, because he's a witness. Go ahead. It's
Varian?
Varian root.
It's very good for you, and you could try all the other ones. They probably won't work. They stay about a week if you try them, and then it starts fading, and then you're starting to have another issue, because then you say, oh, I need a double.
Right.
And then you start double, and then you're overdosing yourself, and it will not work. It reverses.
And you're talking from your experience, because
yes. So
because sometimes because you can't do melatonin.
No.
Melatonin does not work on you.
I don't know why it does not work on me. It does reverse.
Might work on somebody else, but this is just not for you. And melatonin, from what I know, that is also non-habit forming, and it's drug-free.
It's supposed to be the safest.
Yes.
But mine's also the safest, the Varian root.
The Varian root, which he has one where you can make it as a tea.
Yeah.
And
you could buy tea bags, but I have one that you could open the capsules
and just make
it a tea also. But if you do it with the tea, you're supposed to make it sit for 20 or 30 minutes, so it stays really strong and potent.
Oh, okay. That's a long time.
Yeah, you're supposed to let it
I feel like
seep,
that might not
and
be.
you have to pour it over. Well, you have to let it seep.
Oh, okay.
But I think that right now that's where I'm standing. But for 3 nights, I was good without anything.
Yeah.
So it might be working. I don't know about tonight, because things you have to take day by day.
Well, and I think also because I noticed the days where you were able to sleep, you were in a good mood. Your mood affects how you sleep
Oh, yeah.
too. It affects whatever medicines you were taking as well.
But hopefully tonight it goes the
It'll be
way
a good
I
night.
want to go tonight. If not, I'll take one pill and I'll try to go to sleep.
Now, let's see some good things that's happened to you besides becoming a Christian, which we did 5 years ago.
Yes, I
Um,
was happy.
Your throat has gotten better. Tell our friends about what happened with your throat, because he was not able to eat for a long time.
Well, I'm not over the hurdle yet on that.
You're getting there.
But I do have to
You're
go
getting
see a
there.
doctor about that. What's happening is I have an active thyroid, and they might have to do surgery on it. But I'm letting that really pass me because what's happening is another doctor told me try Benadryl and
Aloe vera.
and it should clear up the mucus and all the problems that you're having with your throat. And surely enough, it took months. It took a couple months.
I think months. But you were suffering from it
But I was
for
suffering.
a couple years.
I was down to like 120 on my weight, and I was not eating. It was just hurting me. And he said that just keep with it. And now I could eat. And I was so happy when I ate my first hamburger at McDonald's. I had to go to McDonald's to eat a hamburger. But I was so happy. I was like, oh, that's an achievement. People don't realize it's like weight. People that gain weight,
That'd be me.
I can't say to another person, I know what you're going through. I don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
But I could feel their strength and their help that they're trying to lose it. You know what I mean? So I
That's
can't
true.
make fun of somebody that, like they say, oh, you're skinny. They tell me I'm skinny. I don't want to be skinny.
I don't know.
gain.
The winter jacket he's wearing right now, folks, he looks bigger than me. He's got one of them big old puffy jackets on.
I mean,
that he knew I wanted, for the record.
I will always have a hurdle. In your life, you will always have a hurdle.
You'll always have something to overcome.
It'll be a job. It could be anything.
Well, that's true. And, I mean, like we said last time, you get strengthened when you overcome a hurdle. And you're not doing it alone.
No.
You know, God is with you all the time. He is with you. And He's helping you get over the hurdle.
Yes.
And, you know, I think a lot of times when people pray to God and they want Him to just take things away, you didn't really grow.
It's on His time. He'll tell you
Right.
when He's ready.
And maybe this thing that you're dealing with is there for a reason to make you a better person.
Well, it's like I said, it's a strength that is
It's
definitely
a test.
It's definitely putting a strength on me.
Yeah.
I mean, I do get depressed because when I see that time, it's like, oh my God, I got to do that time.
Yeah.
And everybody tries to do their best at the house, but like I said, they don't feel what I feel. It's really hard.
That's true.
And I feel bad for them because they're like, I'm staying up 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. He said, buddy, I have to go to bed. And I start getting really sad because they could go
Only
to bed.
because I have to work.
Yeah, I know,
you
but I mean, it's really sad. And my wife, she sleeps all day and could sleep all night. And that's,
But she stays up, though, because
Yeah.
she's military.
but I'm just saying, it's sad. But I'm doing what I can.
And I think also, like you said, you're trying to change your habit. From you used to be a night person, and now you're trying to be a day person after 20-some years. It doesn't happen that quickly, and your body has to adjust to the changes that
Well,
you
that's
are
what it is.
doing. And that's not easy.
And the number one thing is it says you got to be peaceful. When you try to have insomnia, you have to stay in a quiet area.
Yeah. We have 3
This
dogs
house
and a cat.
is not going to happen that way. So
You know,
it's really
this
hard.
is like, what is it called? Party house?
Yes,
This
it's very hard
party
to find that kind of closure to really try to do that.
But we do try to keep
They
it
do
quiet.
their best, but I get scared because if I get jolted, I'm up.
Yeah, that's
It was
true.
like the other night, somebody knocked on a window. We don't know what actually
Or a
happened,
bird. We don't know.
but I was resting, and all of a sudden, I had to get him up, and I said, "Somebody's not the thing," and somebody's knocking on a window, whatever. And I said, "I just woke up," and it took me 2 pills to try to go back to sleep. And I only had like maybe 4 hours sleep that night. My wife's always said I'm doing 7, 8. But I know different.
Maybe she's dreaming
So
of it.
it's you have to watch. You know, your body is important, and it tells you what you're gonna sleep no matter what. One day I slept in the daytime, and my body said you're gonna sleep no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, if your body wants to sleep, let it sleep.
I said I cannot wait.
This is how it
at
is.
nighttime. Yeah, my body says you're going.
And you can't force yourself to sleep
No,
because that's not healthy either.
but they told me to stay up. It's like my doctor told me to stay up. She don't realize how scary that is when you see a sunrise, and you're used to going to bed at 11.
Yeah.
You know, it's like now I'm going to bed near 10. I'm trying to. It's bad.
Yeah, you had to get a schedule going, but then again, you know, there's a lot of adjusting you have to do. You just gotta keep pressing forward.
Yes, and I do very best at that hurdle to do that.
Now, that was part one of our show of talking about the insomnia. I think you said well enough about what you're dealing with and how you're overcoming it, or working through it to overcome it. I'm really happy that he overcame for the most part, the issue with the throat. He is able to eat more food. I mean, you could see the delight in this man when he could eat a salad or eat a sandwich, which a lot of times we take for granted. And I think that's just human nature. We always take things for granted.
I will not do pizza no more, though.
Pizza?
Remember that night?
Oh.
I got extremely sick.
Yeah. Well.
First time I ate pizza, and I gorged myself with pizza.
Yeah, you gorged. Sorry.
I was in the tub. I was in the toilet.
Oh, my word.
Very sick.
It was bad.
I will not do pizza for a while.
For a while. That would be a special reward thing.
Or it will not have sauce.
Now, to go along with your title of getting I was gonna say get over here, like we're on Mortal Kombat. We're Scorpion now.
Yes.
Getting over the hurdle. What are other things that you see, Dad, in people's lives that are like a hurdle that that you have any advice that would help them get over it?
I could give advice.
You talked about addiction.
But I was in that area. So I'm not just giving advice. I'm telling you what I went through.
You know from experience.
Yes. So
Okay.
I am not giving their advice. I'm telling them you could become a really bad case and be in the dark side, or you could open up. I mean, everybody's gonna, your friends, sometimes they'll tell you, okay, yeah, you could do it this way, do it that way. But, you know, that's an advice that they're trying to make you comfort. You have to actually know a person that's been through your drama.
I agree with that.
And then they could work with you.
Yes.
There's AA meetings out there.
Yeah.
There's drug habs out there. People, they're not judging you. They're trying to help you overcome that.
Because they've experienced those ones that are in, like you're saying, the AA meetings, the drug meetings, the sex addicted meetings. Because there's all different types of addictions out
unfortunately, see, doctors don't know what insomnia is, so they don't study it. And there's no really group about it.
I always wonder that. If they ever had a group for insomnia.
They won't give you medical attention to it. They won't give you prescribed medicine for it. They don't know it. So people should start doing a thing with it.
Yeah.
And to start like a fund to try to get to know it.
There's also like where people can get together on, like you met somebody on Facebook, which I'm not a super fan of Facebook, but I mean it is what it is.
Yeah, I met a guy that I was just talking about my situation, and he goes, you know what? I have a really, really bad insomnia. He said, I sleep about 2 hours, and he said, I cannot do nothing about it. And I said, you know what? I just took a new not a prescription, I wouldn't call it that. I took a new variant root.
Variant root, I like that. A new medicine. And
it helped. It made me go to sleep, and I said, I really had it bad. And he says, you know what? I'm going to try it. And he says, it can't go wrong. Well, he tried it for the first night. He slept 8 hours.
Slept like a baby.
He went on Facebook. He said, I don't know what I would do without you to save my life. Well, you know, that made me feel so happy because I'm helping somebody.
Yeah.
And he says that you're my friend forever, no matter
Aw.
what. And he keeps in touch with me all the time. How did you sleep, buddy? And all this stuff. I mean,
That's
I have
really
a rough
good.
night sometimes, but I go through it.
I think by you helping him, if you didn't have the experience of knowing what it was like to not be able to sleep, you would not have been able to help him as
And he
much
took
as
a
you
lot
wanted
of
to.
Prescriptions.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and you have as well. And of course, Dad always took ones that are non-habit forming,
And
drug
my doctor
free.
does not like it. She wants me to take narcotic medicine, and
No.
I told her that is not what God wanted, and I'm not going to put that in my body.
Yeah.
How about if I get pulled over by a cop, and you have narcotics in your system?
Right.
Yeah, and I found out. I went to the hospital the other month ago,
Yeah, something like that.
and there was a guy that was a narcotic in the room beside me. Well, they gave me a drug test and a pee test, and they know I didn't have it. They messed up on
The
the paperwork. It says now I'm like a narcotic, like substance abuse.
Right.
And they were the other guy. First, I'm 6 years old. That they gave me a
Yeah,
test.
on your your
On a
paper said
test.
you're only 6 years old.
So I'm like, what is up with this? So we're bringing it to court because
That's ridiculous.
it ruins my prescription to
Mhm.
get anything because of that substance abuse. Like the insurance says I can't give it to you. You're
The
not-
incompetence of people, because you're there, and all the things you do to be able to sleep, the medicines you use, is drug free.
But yet the doctor wants me to have a narcotic.
habit-forming
So
free.
if I'm substance abuse, why would you give me a narcotic
I agree.
medicine? And we brought that up to her. She will not answer.
Of course she won't.
So you have to watch and just be strong.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scary thing. Life is always going to be an obstacle. So you always have to do something with it.
So with that, because I'm kind of like the Bible expert here, and we do have a Christian podcast
Yes.
here, and with that, you're just talking about staying strong. God is with you, my friends.
Yes,
he is with
has
you.
proven a lot
And
of times.
I think we make our issues bigger than what God is.
My guardian angel's like banging its head against the wall saying, can I rest for a minute?
We're like, oh no, he's up.
Just 1 minute.
But do you not agree? We a lot of times make our problems bigger than what God is. God is way bigger. I mean, he literally created the universe. And what is our problems to him? But like you said before, it's in his timing. He knows what's best.
We
just
can't
have to
say
be
I'm
faithful.
going to be here tomorrow because that's not me
We
saying.
don't know.
God knows if I'm going to be here tomorrow. When I wake up, he said he's giving me another day.
You say thank you for that.
Yes.
Sometimes that's all you can say is thank you.
And I usually try to pray at night and thank him. Please let me go through a night, peaceful night. Like,
Yes.
don't
I
make it
agree.
go bad.
I don't know if you know this, but before I go to bed, I do say that. I'd be like, dear Lord, give Dad a restful night.
I
Just
mean,
give him that.
I've had any prayer warriors out there. I could use them
Yes.
for sleeping. It's been working, so I appreciate everything everybody's trying to do.
hmm
And I don't know you personally, but I love you all.
And
is listening.
I want to let everybody know you can also find Coffee Talk with Frank and Arthur, even though technically it's me first because it's alphabetical. But whatever, we'll go with Frank and Arthur. You can find us on iHeartRadio. You can find us, I think we were approved for Apple Podcasts. I don't know. But there's so many different podcasts. What do you call them? Engines or whatever. I don't know. Podcast sites.
Projects.
Project sites. Podcast sites that have our show on it. Where you can
Apps.
there you go, whatever. That's why I have him on the show.
But remember, he's on the headline.
Yeah, I'm the headline. But you can find us on iHeartRadio. You can find us on all other ones. I know iHeartRadio because that's like our major one. Oh, and Spreaker.com, who supports us on our podcast, which we really do appreciate. We also have our YouTube videos as well. And for those that are watching the video now, I hope you enjoyed the new video that we're doing where it's basically just coffee stuff. And you hear our big mouths
That well,
with some
we
nice
try
music.
to give you the positive attitude.
Yeah.
We're trying not to go negative. We're not going to go into really politics. We're not going to go into areas that we know could be a touchy situation, and we don't want haters. So we're going to be sincere to everybody that we can and watch our line. Like, we know what to cross and not to cross, because we know what you want to hear is what we're going to try to give you. Like I said, we don't judge anybody. Like I said,
We leave it to
I
the
give you
Lord.
strength on your addictions. It's up to you to know when you're ready to go to that hurdle and take that first step, and we could just be there for you. Because
And
I was in that area.
with that, when you talk about we're here for everybody, we don't judge everybody. I read this wonderful thing. It's a acronym where it's the word coffee. I was so excited when I saw it, but it's spelled out. Christ offers forgiveness for everyone, everywhere, no matter who you are. There is forgiveness. We just have to turn from our simple ways and just follow God.
But they have to weed out the people.
Yes.
It could be your friends. You have to weed out. You have to be with the positive. Like I
True.
said, it don't have to be drugs that you're addicted
Yeah,
to.
it could be
It could be
anything.
soda. It could be coffee.
Soda is very addicting. Oh,
I mean-
coffee. Okay,
I
you
mean-
went. I'm sorry, you went from preaching to meddling now.
Yeah, but
This one don't.
I mean,
coffee.
if you do 1 cup, that's not it.
That's true.
But if you do 6 cups in it, like
Yeah,
in an hour,
folks, he really went into meddling now because
Well,
now he's talking about my
soda,
thing.
you could drink a whole bottle of soda.
Yeah,
like,
there's
in
an
hour.
issue.
I mean, that's addiction.
It's all about
Like video games,
now.
that's an addiction.
He's really pushing
If you
it,
could say
folks.
there's 6 hours to play video games, that's an addiction.
You know what's crazy? You are right about that, and that's not just video games, television, or anything. Our time goes by so quickly because we're not outside. We're not enjoying.
When you wake up in the morning, you
things
say,
that God
I have
gives
to,
us.
No, but when you wake up in the morning,
Mhm.
you have to make a plan. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to eat like this time, do that time. Oh, I'm going to play an hour game. Stop and do something
right.
else. Go for a walk and then come back.
Exactly.
You need a break. And
I
now
agree with
we
that.
bought watches now that actually tell us, oh, you have to get up off the chair.
Yeah.
Like, because we're sitting too long.
We sit too long, you know.
Or it's telling me to
You
drink
gotta drink
because I don't get hydrated.
I think like you were saying, we always need a reminder.
If you don't set a plan, like a diary, how you're going to plan your day, if you're going to say, oh, I'm going to have a crappy day, you already put that in your mind. And that's
You're
how
already
it's gonna
gonna have
go
it.
in that day.
I
you have to
agree.
say, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be positive no matter what hits me. I'm just going to smile and be happy as could be.
There is a video of a little girl. I don't know if you've seen it, but she's in the mirror, and she's like maybe 5, 6 years old, and she's like, I like my mom, I like my dad, I like my friends at school, I'm gonna have a great day. She's giving herself all this positive stuff, and she's like 5 or 6, and we're learning something from
We
her.
have a little boy.
Oh my word. His name is Arthur, also known as Prince Arthur, because I'm King Arthur.
And he
gets to be the
appreciates
prince.
everything we do. He
Aw.
goes, hi family.
Oh yeah. So I was walking by their house, and they're such great parents.
Yeah.
Their kids are great. They have a son and daughter. The son's name, of course, is Prince Arthur, because we named him Prince Arthur. And their little girl's name is Hazel, which we all thought her name would be different. I didn't think it would
I
be
thought
Hazel.
she was a Tiffany person.
Mom thought her. What was Mom thought her name was?
Megan?
Megan, something like that. And I thought her name was Gertrude. Why Gertrude? I don't know. But Hazel.
But she looks like a Tiffany.
But when I walk by there, you know, the kids are so friendly. And
Yeah.
of course, Prince Arthur, he said, hello, King Arthur, tell the family. I said, hello, family. And like, he's got his arms all, he's all happy. And, you know, we can learn a
But
lot
see, that
from children.
innocence teaches us, why can't we be that? Why do we have to be an adult? And all of a sudden, we have to be uppity, so so tight on everything. Don't. Just
Well,
be yourself. Be
didn't-
a kid
Go
again.
ahead. Didn't Jesus say that the kingdom of heaven is like with the heart of the children? Like, we have to come to the Lord as like a child would, you know, because we are going to our heavenly Father. We have to have the heart of the child.
But if we forget people,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's a homeless, I don't care, you know,
Whoever they may be.
you're going to have to meet up with the Lord eventually and God, and He's going to say, I don't know you, and
That is
I
true.
don't want to hear. And He's going to read everything that you didn't do in your life.
That is true.
And He's going to say, how about that man that you didn't give it a quarter to? Or how about that man you passed by? That could have been a test that I gave you, and you ignored it. He said, that could have been me that was hungry.
Well, yeah, the Bible says that. He says, when he was talking about, and they asked Jesus, when did I do this to you, Lord? When you fed the homeless, or you fed this person, or you visited the widows, or you visited people in prison. And, you know, that's what Jesus did.
You can't buy all the things you have in life saying, oh, that 52-inch TV, or, oh, I got a brand new Mercedes Benz. You can't bring that with you. God, you cannot buy God with that.
No.
You got to be righteous and pure and know that you're saved to get up into heaven.
You got to carry your cross daily.
You got to respect mother and father. You got to respect everything that comes your way. Even if they're mean, if they don't say thank you when you open the door,
Let it go.
you just say, go with Jesus.
Yeah. Because honestly, you know, you don't know. We said this on the last episode. We don't know what they're dealing with. We don't know what's behind the scenes of why they didn't say, oh, thank you. Or maybe they're having a hard day. We don't know. But Jesus tells us to love our enemies. Do good to those that are unkind to us.
You bring them closer.
Feed them when they need fed, or, give them something to drink. Because what we do is heap coals of fire on their head. Because you know what? By helping your enemy, they may become your friend. Because were we not all enemies of God at one point?
Well, that's true.
And now we can say, when you turn your life over to God, you are a friend of God. And what a better friend to have, right?
Well, yeah. I want him on my court.
Yeah, definitely. I want to have him on my court and not against me.
No.
Dad, we are coming to the end.
Okay.
We are going to be on our 20-minute mark. Thank you so much, Dad.
Well, thank you, son.
Thank you, son. Father. Any final things to say? You got about 30 seconds here.
People, I'm with you. My hands are with you. I'm guiding you as much as I can. You're in my prayers. You could hold my hand anytime you want in prayer, and hugs and kisses and prayers to you.
I live for the hugs and kisses. I love that. I 100% agree. We're always here. You can email us at forallthingschristian@gmail.com. Make sure to check out our website, and we will see you all next time on Coffee Talk. This is Frank and Arthur saying adios, amigos.
God bless.
And amigas. God bless.